If you want to spend less time applying to jobs, spend a little bit of time optimizing your LinkedIn profile. In this video, I want to show you how you can make your LinkedIn profile work for you while you sleep. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Nicole Nyasha. I'm a certified professional recruiter based in Canada, and I share career, sometimes lifestyle content. So I hope you enjoy this video, subscribe, and stick around to join the community. All the jobs I've worked, with the exception of my first job right out of university, were from recruiters finding me on LinkedIn. Another exception is my first job in Canada, in which I reached out to the hiring manager directly. But for every other job I've had, including my current job, recruiters found me because my profile was optimized. I remember even when I wanted to pivot from customer service to sales, I optimized my LinkedIn profile, put a few things together, a recruiter reached out to me, and I got hired. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is related to your branding and the aesthetic look of your profile. So that's updating your profile picture and your banner. As bad as this might sound, it's human beings that are looking at your profile, and human beings are sometimes biased. AI and tech can do the initial scan and generate a list of profiles, but at some point, a human being needs to look at your profile. Based on what I know about human beings, like I mentioned, sometimes we're biased. So that's why it's so important that you put your best foot forward when you're updating your profile picture and choosing a banner. You want your profile to look attractive. You know how they say first impressions count? This also applies to social media platforms like LinkedIn, and not just when you're meeting people in person. As somebody that has done recruiting, I will add that you should always put your best foot forward, but also make sure you're staying true to yourself. You don't want a situation where somebody meets you in person or a video call for an interview and you look completely different. So stay realistic. Another mistake I've seen people make is not being true to themselves. For example, let's say you're not an overly serious person, but that's what your LinkedIn profile depicts. The good thing about LinkedIn compared to your resume is you can show a bit more personality, so definitely feel free to demonstrate that in your profile picture and banner. Once you've updated your profile picture and banner, it's time to fix your headline. I'll give you a formula that works well for this, but before I get into that, the biggest mistake I've seen most people make is just putting a job title. That's probably not helping you, and I'm going to tell you why. I have two reasons actually. First reason is everyone is doing that, and so when you pop up in searches, there's nothing really separating you from the rest. But if you have a more compelling and interesting headline, the person that's reviewing that list of profiles technology has given it is going to be intrigued to look at your profile in more detail. The second reason is you limit yourself to just one thing. Meanwhile, if you add more information, you might just open up yourself to other opportunities as well. So how do you actually write this compelling headline given that you have a limited character limit? First thing you can do is add your targeted job title, not your current job title, your targeted. Then add a key highlight or some sort of unique attribute about yourself. For example, if you've won an award, you can indicate that. Or if you haven't, just put some sort of strong value proposition that you bring. Then comes my favorite part, which is the about section. I thoroughly enjoy reading people's about sections, and I've come across some really bland, plain ones. I've also come across some really creative and then over the top ones. The idea here is to provide a snapshot of your professional journey whilst also giving us a glimpse of your personality. So basically, we want to know who and what you are. Give us a little intro by starting off with your current role, your area of focus, then highlight your key skills, accomplishments, some significant contributions. Also use this part to let us know what sets you apart from other people who do the same work as you do. If you have specific philosophies or values around work, you can also update them here. And if you're working on anything that's like exciting, so exciting projects, mention them in this section as well. Then feel free to introduce your hobbies, your volunteer work, whatever activities that add some sort of human touch to your profile. Then you can end it with a call to action like message me, email me, add your email address in there, whatever suits you. One thing to keep in mind when you're updating both your headline and your about section is to use a lot of keywords. Where are you going to find these keywords? I'm gonna tell you. Find 3 to 5 job descriptions for your targeted job and then copy and paste the content onto a word cloud. I'll link a free one in the description box. Then that word cloud will populate the most used keywords in those job descriptions. These are the words you want to use the most and sprinkle them all over your LinkedIn profile, so through your headline, your about section. What will now happen is when recruiters conduct searches, they feed the system with different keywords that they need. So if your profile has these keywords, guess whose profile is gonna appear in the search? Yours. The other thing you're gonna need to do with this list of keywords that you've come across, which also has an effect on whether or not you appear in searches, is updating your skills. So update your skills, then ask your colleagues, people you've worked with in the past, to endorse you. I've heard that LinkedIn actually rewards you if you're endorsed by people who have similar skills working in that area. So sometimes asking random people like your friends or family who are not doing that sort of work to endorse you might not really help you, but it's worth giving a shot. Lastly, LinkedIn is still a social media platform, and so you will get rewarded for active participation. At the end of the day, all these apps want us to live on them. So if you spend some time daily interacting with content that's been posted by other people relevant to the jobs you're targeting, as well as potentially posting your own content, the algorithm's gonna favor you. So whether you're looking for a job or not, I think posting content on LinkedIn is super valuable. I'm not on the market, but I post regularly because I see the benefit of building my personal brand. And if you're trying to pivot into a new industry or a new job and you have limited experience, sometimes hiring managers can make a decision to hire based on your potential. And so don't underestimate the value of sharing your thoughts and your opinions on LinkedIn. It might just help you in one way or another. Before you spend a ton of time applying to jobs, make sure you fix your LinkedIn profile. You may not know this, but sometimes recruiters actually cross-reference your resume with your LinkedIn profile. And so you want it to be updated and look good at all times. If you found any of this information useful, or if it was a good reminder, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more career content, and I'll see you in the next video.